Hi, this is Phil from WP Landing Kit with a very quick look at domain management in version 1.1. Now, our biggest request so far has been the ability to map subpages to paths on domains. But we've gone ahead and taken it a step further, and we've made it possible for you to map your domain URLs to various WordPress resources. So let's take a quick look at the domain edit screen in front of us to see how this works. Now, from 1.1, when you add a domain to your site, you'll now have a mappings meta box in addition to the settings meta box, which we originally had in 1.0. This mappings meta box is where you'll control the behavior for each URL you need to support on your domain. Now, the first thing to note is that each domain has two base mappings. There's the root mapping, which handles requests made to the domain itself, and then there is a fallback mapping, which acts as a catch-all to handle any requests made to URLs that aren't explicitly supported with a custom mapping. Okay. Now, by default, the fallback will just redirect through to the domain root, but you can change the behavior as needed. So you can redirect it to the root, you can redirect it somewhere else, or you can go and map it to a resource. Perhaps you've got some kind of custom 404 or something like that you want to do. Both of these mappings are necessary and they can't be removed, but you can add as many custom mappings as you like. So let's start by adding our own custom mapping, and I'm just going to go with my custom URL, and below the text field here you'll see there is also a checkbox for regular expressions. If you're ever in the situation where you need to match URLs that fit a pattern, then you would go with a regular expression. I'm just going to leave it as an exact match for now, and it's going to be matching my custom URL. Now, each mapping has this action parameter, so it allows you to either map to a resource or redirect. If you go with redirect, you'll be able to specify either a relative URL, in which case it will redirect to that URL on this domain, or sorry, that path on the current domain, or if you need more control over that, you can go and send it to some absolute domain as well. You've also got control over the redirect status, and so we've got the common statuses here for you to choose from. If you're mapping to a resource, you first need to choose a type, okay, and the types available at the moment are single page, single post, which supports custom post types, post type archive, and taxonomy term archive. Now, a single page is basically just choosing something in pages. Okay, so if I throw something in here, you're going to see you get a list of all posts that have the post type of page. If we go with single post, you get the choice of post type, not including pages because we've got a top level mapping for that, but you can choose from posts, so you get your blog posts, or you can choose any public custom post type. So if I choose my custom post type and I come in here and do a search, I can choose which post from that type this is going to map to. A little bit further down in that types, those type options, you've got post type archives. All right, so you can, again, if your post type has a publicly accessible archive, you can choose it in here and we'll map to that. Or you can go with the taxonomy term archive. So you can choose your taxonomy. So let's just go with category, and then you can go and search for the term, and you'll be able to map your URLs to effectively category pages or tag pages or product category pages or something like that. So that's essentially all there is to creating a mapping. Okay, and if you map a couple, like let's just chuck another one in here, and even a third one, you're basically starting to build a rules set here, right? I will point out that these are drag and drop sortable. So if you are using pattern matching and you need to change the order of them, you can do so by dragging and dropping them. The reason you would want to do that is because these are top-down, or these function in a top-down fashion. So the request comes to the site, the plugin starts looking through your rule set here, and the first one that it matches, it will resolve. Okay, so if you've got one that's you could have a very broad pattern that matches a lot of things and then have one that's more specific. You would have the more specific matches closer to the top of the list. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show you for the minute. This is basically the main feature that's landing in 1.1. It's very close to going live. I just have a few small things to take care of and then we'll release it. Thanks for watching.